r/AskReddit. Which 2 and 2 did you just recently put together? Make sure to subscribe for more daily uploads. At the end of first grade, the teacher asked the class, "So who wants to stay here with me next year?" We all threw up our hands up excited, and she picked one of us. That kid stayed behind when we went to second grade. I think about this once in a while and feel thankful she didn't pick me. Last time I thought about this, I realized that I've been missing the mark. That specific student was being left behind that year, and the teacher did it in the smoothest way possible. That's actually really sweet of her. I agree. Damn, that was smooth and clever. What a sweetheart and good teacher. Made the other kids jealous. Would have sucked if he didn't raise his hand, lol. Could have gone either way. The blacks of the eye are black because there's nothing there. It's just a hole. You're seeing inside their eyeball, but you can't see anything because there's no light in there. Are you freaking telling me that when the pupil expands in the dark, it's just a hole gaping open? Thanks. I hate it. Didn't even make this assumption. Thanks for expanding on my new eye hole phobia. A chum bucket is where you'd keep fish guts, possibly explaining why Plankton's restaurant ain't so busy. The Krusty Krab is in Bikini Bottom. Patrick Star is so stupid because he literally lives under a rock. Plankton eats holographic meatloaf because Plankton eat light. The Krusty Krab is a lobster trap. The houses in Bikini Bottom are car parts. If you're a junior, for example Robert Jr., your mother probably screamed your name during sex. We never met Pearl's mother because she was adopted. Edit. Theory: what if Mr. Krabs adopted married a whale because whales eat plankton? One of these things is not like the others. That hollow loaf thing is brilliant. Oh okay, so we're just glossing over that whole junior bit. Not complaining. Just making sure we're all on the same page. Always thought whipped cream was difficult to make. My friends and I would get excited and impressed that this crepe place would make their whipped cream in-house, as advertised for an extra $1.50. Can't begin to tell you how dumb I felt one day when I realized it is literally whipped cream. Dude, you're getting ripped off. Sounds more like he's getting whipped off. Usually you gotta pay extra for that kind of finish. I mean, they were. In Spanish, hats are called sombrero because they make somber shade. I'm Spanish. I just realized that XD. Then let me tell you about the sombrilla, aka umbrella. Duck me man. Duck me. In my defense, I would say that I don't use those words that much, but duck me. It's okay. Username checks out. That comedian stories aren't completely true. Wait, Dave Chappelle didn't buy weed from a baby? Berg Kreischer didn't join the Russian mafia? Berg Kreischer, IDK if he joined the mafia, but there are pictures of him hanging with some Russians when he was younger. I'd say at least 30% of that story is true. Whenever you see weather stations on the news and notice, "Hey, I wonder why they went with some random town in the area when there are other bigger ones nearby," it's likely because there's a regional airport or small airfield. They all need accurate weather for planes to take off, including wind direction, intensity, and barometric pressure, so they have all the equipment available to show the bigger picture locally. Well, shit. This explains why my dinky little hometown of 4,000 was always on the news. I thought that was odd, but there is a private runway for planes, so that checks out. Sonic the Hedgehog's best friend is named Miles per hour. Miles per hour. How the duck did this take nearly 30 years of life to see? Bruh. It didn't help that I always called him Miles Tails per hour. All three names. When I'd say it to other people, I've called him Tails or all three, but never just his name. I'm going to use that as my excuse. I didn't know he had any name other than Tails. I'm with you here. I feel dumb. That the lines on the back window of my car are the defroster. I live in AZ and park in the garage, so I never get frost on my car. I am 37 BTW. That's okay. I went on a road trip with a guy I was dating at the time. and he panicked when the windows started fogging up. He was like, "Well, guess I can't see the road now. What do I do? Pull over and wipe him down or something?" Took me a second to realize he wasn't joking. I told him, "No, just turn on the defrost fan on hot," and he was like, "The what?" Did it for him. He was blown away, lol. He was blown away. Jesus, how high did you turn the fans on? Jackie Chan is one person. My first language is Spanish, so I always thought it was Jack Y. Chan. The only movie I had seen him in was one with Owen Wilson, so I thought Owen Wilson was Jack, and Chan was Jackie Chan. LOL, this is a world-class joke and needs to be written into the next comedy movie, regardless of context. That the word movies is slang that derives from moving picture. I'd never considered it slang before, and it still feels weird whenever I say it aloud now. Just this week I realized that the icon for my clock app changes to show the current time. And so does the calendar app. Why would the calendar icon change to show the current time? Not me, but my friends didn't know Tinder itself was a pun. Because when you swipe on each other, it's a match. Edit. Users are the Tinder for the match to light up a fire. Well, sheet. And if you hit it off, feel a spark. Sparks will fly. You might find a new flame. And if you find a new flame, you'll get a venereal disease and your genitals will be on fire. Am I doing this right? Arrested Development. It wasn't just a description of the family's maturity level. Their property development was Arrested all 5 seasons. And I literally only figured this out watching the final episode. Wait till you find out why Michael's brother is called Gob. Hey, George Oscar Bluth. Took me a while to figure it out after I watched the first episode. Figured it out around the second season maybe. Gee, the name George occurs a lot in the Bluth family, along with Oscar and Michael. Quick reminder to subscribe to get more daily videos. Like the video to get 1 week of good luck. When I was about 19, shortly after Christmas, I went to get my wallet from the drawer next to my bed, only to find it missing. Thinking to myself, did I not take it out of my coat? I went to check, only to find it absent from there too. Panicking, I realize I've likely lost my wallet, or worse, had it stolen, and start ringing to cancel my debit cards. A few days later, my dad hands me my wallet, capital I, T's missing my bank cards, and about £30 in cash I had in there, but things like my store loyalty cards, staff discount card for where I worked and cards. He says he found it in a nearby park, yet the wallet was clean. This is the same man who routinely needed to borrow money from me, over $1,000 at this point I'm unlikely to see again. I only realized the other day it's very likely that he took the wallet from where I kept it, took the money out of my wallet, and then I realized it was missing before he had chance to put it back, then merely claimed to find it a few days after to avoid admitting to taking the money himself. Not extremely recently, but it took me 21 years to notice that my birthday is exactly 9 months after Valentine's Day. That's right, motherfuckers, I'm a product of love. I spent a good 25 years thinking, what's black and white and red all over a newspaper was the absolute dumbest joke ever told, and couldn't for the life of me understand why so many people told it. I thought it was some weird proto-anti joke, and the joke was that it doesn't make any sense. Don't remember what triggered the realization, but for anyone else with the same knowledge hole as me it's a pun. The joke is that they aren't saying red all over, they're saying read all over. My mom was a journalist, and this was one of the last things she ever said to me. She was wearing a black and white striped dress, with a red sweater over her shoulders and said, "Get it? I'm black and white and red all over." I just stared at her like, okay. It took me repeating that story to my family after she died that someone laughed and explained it to me. Valve released Steam. Took me entirely too long to realize the pun. OMG. Did not get this either. Living a lie until now. That my girlfriend taking a shower anytime her male co-worker would text her wasn't a coincidence, and this morning, I got the luxury of watching her take a nude selfie for another man. Bro. And that's your daily dose from the Reddit medic. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Turn on notifications to never miss another daily upload. This is the Reddit medic. It's a goddamn pandemic. Sub for daily videos. And don't forget to spread it. I'm a exit. Peace.